Hi, teachers. I'm so excited to share with you the idea that I came up with about the topic of teaching writing a correct sentence structure. Now, I'm sure that your students and a lot of students who are studying English as a foreign language really struggle with writing correct sentences. And it's all because it's pretty complicated to write a sentence in English. You have to bear a lot of things in mind. So I came up with an idea that includes all of these elements of writing a correct sentence, as well as a visual display of all the process of writing a correct sentence. And I'm going to show it to you in this video. So let's start. Yes, and this is my idea, a writing bracelet. And that's the bracelet that I want to suggest in this video. Now, when your students have to write, they have to remember to start with a capital letter. Each sentence has to start with a capital letter, right? And then they have to start with the subject. And after the subject, there's a verb. And after the verb, there's the rest of the sentence. And at the end of the sentence, what do we have to do? Right, we have to put a full stop, a period. And that's the whole process of writing. Now, what I would like to suggest is a writing bracelet that has all the process here displayed for students. So whenever they have to write, they wear the writing bracelet and they can take a look at the bracelet when they are writing, or it can serve them to check their sentences. Isn't it fun? Yep, it is. So if you take a look at the bracelet, I would like to show it to you. You start with number 1. So they are numbered number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5. There are 5 different steps for writing. Let's start with number 1, and it's capital letter. You start writing with a capital letter. So there's a visual support for writing, and there's the word capital letter is capitalized as well, just for them to remember. Now, it's very important that you go over all of these elements with your students before you actually put that into practice, right? Number 2, you have to start with the subject. The subject is a noun, right? So the subject can be an animal, a person. It also can be a pronoun, right? So you go over the fact that we start with the subject. There are illustrations here that are very simple and easy for your students to remember. Then we need a verb. So there are people actually doing things here. Those visual pictures help students know what a verb is. Moving on to the rest of the sentence, and yep, it's the full stop with the period with an example of a sentence, and the sentence says, I love English. And I really love this idea. And I tried it out with my daughter, who is in the 4th grade studying English as a foreign language, and I got all the process together with her, and this is how she could check her writing. So I think it's pretty effective. If you don't want to use this idea as a bracelet, you can also do something else with it. So that's the writing bracelet in 3 different sizes. Okay, so I chose those 2 sizes depending on the size of your students. Actually, whether your students are very young and have really small hands, then you can use any size that you want. And you can also use this size in order for them to cut this and paste it on their writing notebooks, so they can always go back to it whenever they have to write. You can also cut this and display it on the board or project it for your students to go back to whenever they need. And hopefully by the end of learning how to form a correct sentence, they will be able to be independent in writing. Okay, I hope that you like the idea of the writing bracelet, and I'm sure it's going to be helpful for so many students out there. That would really make me so happy. I'm going to link the handout and the cards with the 5 different stages of writing and forming a correct sentence structure in the description section below this video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to get more ideas. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.